All right, media, thank you so much for joining. Really excited for our press conferences this week after a very exciting free agency for the LA Sparks. Super excited to introduce one of the league's budding stars in Chennedy Carter. We're going to go right into questions today. So we'll start with Chris Henderson.
Hey, Kennedy, shout out to Fort Worth. I'm from Fort Worth as well. So I got to ask you, for the fans that aren't familiar with your game, growing up, who are some of your favorite players? And what would you say your game is like sort of patterned by?
Growing up, I definitely watched Allen Iverson. He's one of my favorite players. That's what I kind of modeled my game after, modeled my handles after. So he's definitely one of the players that I watched. A little bit of Jamal Crawford too. So those are the two players. And shout out to Fort Worth. I'm surprised you knew that fact. Most people think I'm from Mansfield. So for you to know I'm from Fort Worth, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I grew up in Forest Hill, so Rolling Hills, Forest Hill, not too far from Mansfield. So I know the difference. So shout out to Fort Worth once again. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris. We'll go over to Michelle Vopel with ESPN.
Yeah, Kennedy, can you kind of give us a sense of what the last year has been like for you? Obviously, last summer was tough. You weren't playing for a while. Can you tell us sort of what you were doing during that time and how having a fresh start with the Sparks is that sort of invigorated you?
The last year for me has kind of been difficult, a little bit depressing just because the game of basketball was obviously taken away from me. But I also got a lot of time to find out different things about myself, spend a lot more time with my family, do a lot more traveling, and also just work on my game in different aspects that I really never worked on or took the time to notice, just like my footwork and little bitty things like that. So, I mean, I was able to spend time with family and better my game and grow as an individual. So that's kind of how it's been for me. And now I'm overseas currently right now. So just really trying to get back into the swing of things, get my condition level back, and really get ready to play.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll go to Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet and KTLA.
Hey, Kennedy, welcome to LA.
Thank you.
What are you most looking forward to with this opportunity?
I really think this opportunity is going to present me to brand myself. That's the biggest thing that I'm looking for. I'm going to a way bigger city with a big opportunity for me to market my brand as Hollywood and really me to market just everything, like my talent, showcase that. So I'm really looking forward to just taking pictures, seeing the city, and just a different vibe. It's really unexplainable how excited I am and how happy I was when I heard the news, but I'm definitely looking to brand myself and get out there a little bit more.
Thank you, Rashawn. We'll go to Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Hey, I want to echo Rashawn. Welcome to LA, or when you get here.
Thank you.
Hey, so I want to ask kind of like how did the trade go down from your perspective? Like, how did you find out that you were going to become a Spark, and what did that feel like? And also, I've heard you talk about it, but can you tell us the story about how you got the nickname?
Yeah, so I was overseas, obviously. I had just got out of practice and took a shower, and then I started cooking, and I got a call from Angel. Angel McCarthy, who is also my mentor. We work closely together, a part of my new team that I've established this offseason. And so she was just asking me how I felt about everything, how I felt about going back to Atlanta, how I felt about just the new season. And she was like, are you open to being with a different team? And I was like, of course. Do you have any opportunities, anybody reaching out? Obviously I have been talking to a lot of core players, a lot of WNBA players throughout this process, but for Angel to come to me and let me know that, hey, she had a team who was willing to take me right now. And, obviously I'm overseas. I'm like, yeah. So we're on the phone, we're talking, and she was like, how do you feel about LA? And before she could even get, the A out, I was literally like, yes. Los Angeles is somewhere that I've always wanted to live in. I traveled there in the off season. It was one of the places that when I wasn't playing, I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, just at the beach, at the courts, just relaxing my mind. It's a place where I literally feel like, man, I'm relaxed when I'm away from the game. So that's how it went down. Then I talked to my agent, Ray, he called me and just to confirm everything, just to make sure that I was comfortable with the move, just to make sure that it was someplace that I really could see myself branching out at, being a top athlete and playing in. And I was like, definitely, let's definitely consider moving me to Los Angeles. I think it's the best fit for me right now. And so that's kind of how it went down. And then literally after that, my phone just blew up with just tweets and social media and everybody just congratulating me and just the fans being so happy for me. So it was an amazing feeling.
Right on. Well, welcome, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. We'll go over to Howard Megdal with Next Hoops.
Hey, Chennedy, great to talk to you as always. I've got two for you, if that's okay. The first one, you talked about Allen Iverson, and you've talked about that before as Allen Iverson being, somebody you pattern your game after. You just put up a year, though, when you were out there that you got to the rim a greater percentage of the time than he did any year other than his rookie year. And your shooting percentage at the rim was significantly better than any year he had even had. And so I'm just wondering, for you in year two, you made that jump. You basically tripled how often you got to the rim to score. Not like you lacked for doing that before, but what was it in your game that allowed you to do that, during your time out on the floor in 2021?
I think people don't really realize how quick I am and just how much I work on my first step and being able to attack defenders going left and right. I don't think I was really focused on statistics, but I thank you for telling me that. That really opened my eyes and it let me know that, I'm doing a great job of getting to the paint, So now obviously playing with different players on the Sparks, Katie Lou Samuelson, a great shooter, it's going to be definitely hard for the defense to decide and pick and choose. But for me personally, it's just working on finding my spots and getting to where I know I'm comfortable at and where I can make the shot at.
And obviously, you are able to get to where you need to go. This has been, part of your game since I've been, covering you in high school. I do wonder, though, something that you've never had before is playing alongside, we'll still call it hypothetically, a superstar five who scores, someone, let's say 6'8" or so. And I'm just wondering what that impact would be hypothetically on your game specifically.
Man, you're telling me something I've thought about since I came to the WNBA, playing with a five player that's dominant in the post to where you definitely have to double team them or pick and choose. I think that'll free my game up. It'll free their game up. It really is going to be unstoppable. I can't even explain to you, man. It's like Shaq and Kobe. Like it's a combination to where you have to really pick and choose and really be on your P's and Q's. As you said, I can get to the rim. I can find my teammates, and I definitely can find the post player. So if I get that five, it's definitely going to be trouble.
Appreciate it, Chennedy. Take care.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. We'll go over to Rico Cabrera with East LA Sports Scene.
Good morning and welcome. Bienvenidos, Chennedy. Good to see you.
Actually, it's nighttime here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Well, good to see you. I'm glad we're dialoguing here and waiting for you, of course, to get into training camp and perform in front of our audience here in LA. And I just wanted to get your idea or your expectations to know you'll be playing in front of a very, very diverse, and I'm talking about cultural and ethnic diversity here in LA, and how you will, when you take that court inside of the crypto, that you're going to feel that extra set of, or the rush of adrenaline. And of course, your willingness to perform at a very high level to keep the fans coming in, because we have a very good fan base here and it loves the players and it's vice versa. So just your thoughts knowing that's going to happen very soon.
Man, I'm excited to be able to play in Crypto Arena, obviously where all the greats have played, a lot of great performances, long nights. I'm really ready to bring my talent and showcase what I can do and get my teammates involved. I'm excited about the atmosphere. I'm excited for the fans to get a chance to see me up close and personally. And I'm excited at the fact that I can play and be embraced. So I'm really excited to get out there. It's something that I've thought about since they told me I was going to Los Angeles, playing in a bigger arena, playing in front of more fans. It's definitely my time to shine and to do my thing. So I'm excited.
Well, we're excited for you. And of course, knowing that you're going to have on the court with you Nneka Ogwumike, one of the best of all time, that's got to give you some extra incentive to know that you can always look over your shoulder. She'll be right behind you.
I mean, she's a vet that I can always, I feel like, talk to. She's going to steer me in the right direction, take me under her wing, and I'm definitely going to listen. She's been around the game long, and she has definitely accomplished a lot of great things in her career. So she's a four player that I'm definitely excited to play with simply because she can do everything. She can pick and pop, shoot the three. She can take guards, post players off the dribble, finish, rebound, putbacks. I mean, I watched her game sitting out when I was sitting out. So I'm definitely excited to play with NECA.
Thank you so much, Rico. As always, we'll go over to B. Terrell with Winsider.
Hey, Kennedy, how are you? This is B. Terrell with Made for the W. And good to see you. Good to chat with you again, as always. So
Sure.
wanted to talk about, obviously, you said Hollywood in Hollywood and, you know, the furthering of your branding. Now, obviously, you're part of the Adidas family, and the Sparks are heavy with that three-stripe representation with yourself, NECA, Chennedy, and others. And now you're known for being swaggy at all times, and the Adidas family has done a great job with marketing their roster. So how does it feel to be a part of Adidas? And what are you looking forward to showing, whether it be collaborations with your player exclusives or anything just in general with the Adidas family?
It's definitely a blessing to be a part of Adidas. You know, not too many people can say they have a shoe deal playing in the WNBA. So that's something that I never take for granted. They do a great job in making sure we have everything we need as far as shoes, headbands, gear. I mean, what can I say? We get everything we want with them. So that's something that I love. They're the brand that I'm really considering staying with. I'm excited to be with them. And they're doing a great job with me. So any collabs in the future, you'll definitely have to wait and see. I'm definitely doing some collabs that is dealing with my logo coming out. You guys will be seeing my logo. It'll be dropping sometime during the season. And also my number will be dropping. So there's a lot of things that I'll be, you know, putting out there for you guys. Definitely, as you said, swag. I'm definitely going to bring a lot more swag this season. I know I didn't post last season, but I'm definitely a player that can dress. And I dress myself. I don't have no stylist. You'll definitely get a lot of my drips before the game. And sometimes I'll keep it, you know, professional just to stay focused. But a lot of times I do want to show you guys how I look off the court and get the viewers and the fans a better side of Chennedy Carter so you can see Hollywood for real.
Okay, thank you. And now one follow-up to that. On your go-to, your game day bag, or whether it's even if you're going on vacation, what are two must-have kicks that you got to have in your bag?
Even if I'm on vacation?
Yeah, just anywhere. Anything you're doing, what are your must-haves?
I'm going to say I always keep me some Yeezys in the bag. I always keep me some Yeezys, some Yeezy slides, some Yeezy shoes. And then I always keep me like a pair of like designer. So maybe like some Dolce & Gabbanas anywhere I go.
The drip, we love it. Can't wait to see you on the court.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, B. Terrell. We'll go over to Sabrina Merchant with SB Nation.
Hey, Kennedy, welcome to LA. Obviously not yet, but we're really excited to have you on the Sparks. I know you're excited for this fresh start in Los Angeles, but I was wondering what you were able to learn from this experience in Atlanta this past year that you can take with you to the Sparks.
I learned a lot. Sitting away from the game, you can really just take a step back and see how you can impact it and how you did impact the game when you were out there. So it was definitely a time for me to really just get my mentals together. I did a lot of therapy. I was talking to a lot of therapists. And so I really just learned on how to be a leader, you know, how to deal with things differently, how to deal with people, how to talk to people in a certain way, just a lot of things that, you know, most people don't really sit back and just realize like, hey, you can be a better you. And each day I'm trying to be a better version of myself. And so I'm young, 23. I've only played 2.5 years, not even a full third year. So I'm still got a lot of growing to do. The process is not over. It's really just beginning for me. But really sitting out, it really helped me realize that I could be a special player if I just take the time to just do things the right way and just figure out how to be a better leader.
And then have you been able to speak with Derek Fisher at all about what he expects from you this upcoming season?
Yeah, Coach Fish definitely expects some big things from me. He was one of the first people who congratulated me on the move and told me how excited he was to have me. Definitely said he believed in me, my talents, and definitely thinks I can be a special player and a superstar in this league. So I'm just trying to get there, work on my game, work with Simone one-on-one, and just really work to make them happy and prove them right. I am a special player, and I think I'm a little bit misunderstood. And I think this process will help the whole entire world understand me, the real Chennedy Carter.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sabrina. We have time for a few more. Great turnout today. Appreciate all the media here. We'll go over to Jeff Newholm with a WNBA lead.
Hey, Kennedy, glad to hear you're so excited to come to the Sparks. Do you have any goals for yourself on the court now that you're transitioning to a fresh start with an exciting new franchise?
Yeah, my goal is definitely to become a better rebounder. I want to be one of the top leading rebounders at the guard position, in the WNBA, and I definitely want to be top in assists this season. So those are two things that I'm going on the court, literally focus on: helping my team rebound and finding my shooters, finding my open posts, finding anyone who can put the ball in the rim and help us get to wins. Outside of making the playoffs, I want to have a playoff appearance. I want to take my game to the next level and play on that stage in front of everybody. Like you said, LA has a great fan base and a lot of fans who are going to come and support. So that's one of the biggest things. Outside of winning the championship, I like to take it one step at a time. So those two things.
Rashad Milligan.
Hey, Kennedy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. You just mentioned that you felt there's a lot of kind of you're misunderstood. What do you think are the misconceptions of Kennedy Carter?
I just think maybe my demeanor, the way I play on the court sometimes. I'm very emotional. I love the game of basketball. I've been playing it since I was 5 years old. And, I don't really, even people say a lot, hey, when are you going to retire? I'm like, man, I don't want to retire playing basketball until I literally can't run up the court anymore. I mean, that's how much I love the game. So I think that a lot of my misunderstood just comes from how much I love it and how passionate I am about it. You really have to take the time to get to know me and have a conversation with me off the court to understand me. You know what I'm saying? You just can't base your opinion off me by the way I play, because I'm definitely going to play competitive. I'm definitely going to compete. I'm going to scream. I'm going to yell. I'm going to get excited. I'm going to will my teammates in any way I can and make sure that each game we come ready and we come focused. So I think it comes from just the way I play on the court. It's kind of sort of like I would say like a Westbrook, but I say that I focus a little bit more on a efficient level. So yeah.
Michelle Vogel, ESPN. Did you have one more?
Yeah, if I could. Kennedy, when you look back, if I could ask you frankly, do you feel like you were treated fairly by Atlanta, or did that bother you last season? And has that been something that you've had to work through? You talked about, the difficulties of the last year.
That's a topic that I really don't feel comfortable talking about. I'm happy with the new move. I'm happy with the new situation. I know that Coach Fish, Coach Simone, Coach Fred will do everything in their possible to make me a superstar, make me the best player I can be defensively, offensively. So those are the things I'm focused on. I'm focused on LA, and that's all I can say.
Thank you, Michelle. I think we have time for one more. We'll end with Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, thanks, Eli. Kennedy, Coach Fish, very complimentary of you, saying that you're an all WNBA type talent. When you hear those type of things, how does that register with you? And take me a little bit inside those conversations that you two have had and so why he feels that way and how you receive it.
I mean, I think ever since, I stopped playing, he was able to watch me closely, watch my behavior, watch how I am off the court. Obviously, he took a lot of time to watch me play, even though I didn't get the opportunity to play against him. I think he's been watching me as a player. And so it just lets me understand that, hey, you haven't hit your ceiling yet. You haven't hit your full potential yet. And you're about to be in a situation where somebody can help you find your game, and find a way to really, really grow. And so for obviously Derek Fisher to, have that type of encouragement behind me, I can't even explain it, man. It's crazy. Like, it makes me happy. It makes me want to work, and it definitely want to make me go in there and make these coaches proud. Get us some wins, get us a championship, get us a deep playoff run, whatever I can do to build the LA Sparks. That's what I'm here to do. And I'm committed to it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much to all the media who joined today. Again, very great turnout. So we appreciate your coverage. Thank you, Kennedy, for your time. And we'll send out a the recording in about 30 minutes here. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you guys.